Kilimanjaro has this unique attraction for tourists from all over the world. The highest freestanding mountain in the world, the highest mountain that a complete amateur climber can get to the top of. Getting to the summit and looking towards Mount Meru and seeing the clouds down below you, you feel immensely privileged. Kilimanjaro is very, very important economically for the local communities, with food being bought in markets and people getting hired to go up the mountain as guides and porters, taxation for the government and so on. This is a huge amount of money. Ever since Hans Meyer first climbed the mountain in 1889, porters have been part of the picture. And this is because when you climb a mountain, you require so much equipment. And these days, you are required to have at least one porter in conjunction with the guide.
I started as a porter in 1998. There's no any other job to do. That's why I came here to climb as a porter. To be a porter is a nice job because you will make money for your family, for everything you need to do.
Anybody who lives at any of the gate areas can easily get a job. You do not have to have any qualifications. I've heard it quoted that there's as many as 10,000 porters in the area that service Kilimanjaro. The truth is, anybody can be a porter.
Many porters and guides are the people who are actually sweating to get climbers to the top of the mountain, are being exploited by some agencies.
Only a minority, maybe 20% of the companies climbing Kilimanjaro, are adhering to proper porter treatment. They are not monitored in any way, they're not regulated in any way. It is expected that the porter carries 20 kilograms for the company and assume that they have 5 kilograms of their own gear, which they carry in their day packs on their back.
You only have to climb the mountain to see a number of porters who are clearly overloaded. And you know, when you see that, it is very, very distressing.
When I started, it was very, very hard job to me. I don't know how many kilograms I did carry because it was really heavy, really, really heavy. And when I reached at halfway, I started to cry because I felt a smell of blood in my chest.
You have to keep in mind that there are basic costs that are included in the climb. There is a park fee for every day that you're on the mountain, and there is also a camping fee or a hut fee for every night that you're on the mountain. So that's a basic amount that we want people to keep in mind. And do understand that if you're climbing for less than that, the savings is at expense of the crew's salary.
Because there is a lot of unemployment, many porters will climb for less than they know they should get. Some porters do get that amount. A very few might get more than that. I suggest that the majority do not get as much as that. We do know that many porters do not climb with sufficient clothing, particularly if you know you're going to be overloaded. You're going to cut down on the amount that is discretionary. You'll try to get away with the minimum.
Many of them, they don't have proper equipment for the mountain. Good warm jackets, warm trousers, and rain jacket, rain trousers, things like that.
High mountains are very dangerous when the weather suddenly changes, and it happens every year, and it's happened even in the last few weeks that porters have died from getting wet whilst high up the mountain, and then of course hypothermia sets in, and people die very, very quickly if they're exhausted and extremely cold and wet.
Every year, porters die from mountain. This season, they have already died 5 porters.
I feel so sad because I used to be like them before, and I know that they are in trouble.
At the end of the day, there is a limit to how much the national park can actually police. Their job is really one of conservation. They're doing it because nobody else is doing it.
The question is, whose responsibility is it to ensure that there is fair treatment? We would like to say that it's the climber's responsibility to make sure that they're climbing with an organization that is adhering to proper treatment of their crew.
Climbers coming to Kilimanjaro should do some research about what they are asking people to do for them. Unless you want to be part of the exploiting class, don't agree to just get a cheap trip. Unless you are prepared to watch that young lad in tears trying to drag your 40 kilos of baggage up the mountain. You know, you're putting him in danger, as well as making him suffer.